In 2023, Justin Bieber sold all his music for $200 million. For most people, that sounds like a huge win, a move that means wealth for generations. But what happened after made fans ask something different. What happened to Justin? He stopped showing up in public, skipped big events, delayed projects. He looked tired, distant, and like he wasn't really there. The guy who used to dominate pop culture now seemed like a ghost. And when you look closer, this isn't just a break. This is a pattern we've seen before during his hardest years. So how did one of the biggest pop stars in the world go from superstar to someone who barely shows up? How did Justin Bieber lose everything? Justin Bieber wasn't just found, he was built. Scooter Braun discovered him on YouTube at 13 and quickly turned him into a money-making machine. With help from Usher and a powerful team of music execs, Justin went from singing Nayo songs in his bedroom to performing for the Obamas and selling out huge concerts by age 16. But fame came too fast. He had no real childhood, no room for mistakes, and cameras on him all the time. It was too much. By 18, he was already falling apart. He was chased by the paparazzi, arrested, and getting into fights. Every mistake was front-page news. Behind those stories was a teen battling stress, sadness, and addiction. In his documentary, Justin said his drug use got so bad, his security had to check if he was still alive while sleeping. It wasn't just weed, he was drinking lean, taking pills, and trying even worse things. Scooter Braun admitted they were afraid he might not make it. But it wasn't just about the drugs, it was the emotional pain of being treated like a product, talked about like an object, and judged constantly before he turned 21. Even his old friendships, like the one with Diddy, have raised questions, especially now that Diddy is facing legal trouble. Old videos show Justin as a teen getting expensive gifts and spending unsupervised time with people much older. That's worrying.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
In 2015, Justin came back with the album Purpose. Songs like Sorry, Love Yourself, and What Do You Mean helped clean up his image. He also married Hailey Baldwin in 2018. He talked about growth, healing, and faith. He also made an effort to reconnect with fans in a more real way. He did acoustic shows, talked about God, and said he wanted to change. But that piece was only on the surface. In 2020, Justin said he had Lyme disease and was dealing with anxiety and always feeling tired. He admitted he felt lost even when things seemed good. "You have everything and you're still sad," he said.
I realized after a series of tests that I have what's called Lyme disease, which is a super silent disease that's not really very well known. It's very hard for doctors to test for it. Basically, infections have played a big part in my acne and my overall toxins in my body, which just creates all this stuff. So it feels good now to know why I feel so crappy all the time.
That was the warning. Even when he tried to make gospel music and share a more positive message, it was clear he was still struggling.
I have this syndrome called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking.
He would cancel shows, delay albums, or seem off during performances. Fans gave him space, but something still wasn't right. Justin also started talking more openly about his mental health.
Man, I think that there was times where I was really suicidal. Man, is this pain ever gonna go away?
He said fame made him feel numb and empty. He shared emotional videos where he cried, saying he was trying to find peace again. Fans felt for him, but they also worried. Then came the big move, the $200 million catalog sale in 2023. Everything he made before 2022 was sold. At 28 years old, Justin had given up all of his old music. People were shocked. Yes, some older artists like Bob Dylan have done this, but Justin is still young. This move felt different. People in the music world guessed it was about more than money. Maybe he was burned out. Maybe he was tired of being used. Some even said he wanted to cut ties with Scooter Braun, who had made $1 billion deal of his own. Maybe Justin was finally trying to take control. But when you sell everything you've made, what's left? Sure, he's rich, but what happens to your motivation when your past is no longer yours? Since then, Justin has barely been seen. Even people he's worked with, like Diplo and Benny Blanco, have said he's not interested in making music anymore. It's like when the money came in, the passion left. Photos and videos show Justin looking tired, distant, or anxious. He skips awards, doesn't do many interviews. When we do see him, it looks like the industry is dragging him along, not that he wants to be there. His rare public outings often look more like obligations than genuine appearances. In some clips, he's seen walking with his head down, not speaking, avoiding eye contact with fans and media. These aren't just signs of someone who's shy, these are signs of someone deeply overwhelmed. Then came the emotional posts. One video showed him crying and saying he felt lost. Others had religious or confusing messages.
High like a fly guy. I fly high like a magpie. I go high like I'm that guy.
Fans started worrying again. Was he using drugs? Was he sad? Or did he just want to quit? Justin's behavior has sparked rumors, but what's clearer is his desire to escape. He's pulled away from friends, hasn't released new music, and stopped teasing projects. This isn't a break, it feels like an exit. Then it got worse. Old videos of Justin with Diddy came back online. Videos from when Justin was still a kid. Some looked fine, others made people feel uncomfortable.
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out.
Diddy is now facing serious legal charges, so people started asking, what did Justin see? What happened back then? In 2024, Justin's team said he wasn't a victim, but they also said others had been hurt. They didn't say more, but the fact that people felt the need to ask shows how bad things might have been. And that silence makes people even more worried. Justin has always talked about faith as his anchor. He said religion helped him stay strong. He often went to church and spoke about healing. But now, it feels like he's not healing, just hiding. When some artists go quiet, it means they're working on something. But when Justin goes quiet, it feels like he's trying to survive. He hasn't released much music. He hasn't said much at all. The silence feels heavy. Instead of the big stages and world tours, we now see a man clinging to what little peace he can find. Justin once said that being famous so young robbed him of a real life. Maybe now, he's just trying to find one. But his name still trends, his music still gets millions of plays, his face still sells. That's the trap he's in. Even if he wants to leave it all behind, the machine keeps running. So did Justin Bieber lose everything? Not the money, not the fame, but maybe the joy, the passion, the peace. He went through the rise, the fall, and the comeback. But now, he might be writing the final part of his story. A story that started with a dream and might end with someone too tired to dream anymore. One thing's for sure, you can sell your songs, but you can't sell away pain. And if Justin's story teaches us anything, it's that some endings don't happen with a big moment. They just slowly fade away.